All right. Good day, good day, good day. I want to welcome you to this time of tech training. It's not Thursday, but it is Tech Day that we are going to be talking about today. A couple of things, looking at one seed, the one seed framework, which is the cornerstone of what we do at Scrabble Tech Services, and also talking about ChatGPT setup. Um, Using AI is only going to be as effective as our setup. And so I always want to make sure that everyone does have their ChatGPT set up um, so that you can get the maximum um, effectiveness out of it, maximum impact. Right. So, some of our outcomes for today, we're going to again set up ChatGPT for your voice. We're going to build your one seed brief, produce 5 assets live from one idea, and you're going to leave with a checklist and a posting plan. So this is kind of our agenda for the next 60 minutes. So again, we'll go into the ChatGPT setup, then into the one seed brief, and then go in and do some building, looking at editing what you have done and publishing your published plan and your metrics, and then some Q&A. You will want to have your computer up for this. Who is this training for? It's for small business owners, coaches, consultants, and anyone who is new to AI and want hands-on work. That's what these Tech Thursday classes are designed for, because AI is not going anywhere, and it is very important for us to stay in the know of what's going on, so that we can maximize our time as well in our businesses that we are doing. So, what are the requirements today? I want you to be thinking about one clear offer. What is that one seed that you want to use as your demo? Think about your one audience. Uh, have your laptop with your Chat GPT open, and then also have a Google Doc um, open as well, so that you can copy and paste some things over into the Google Doc. So I want to first start off talking about what is one seed. One seed is one idea for one week. And this one idea, it links to one offer and one audience. And so when we talk about one seed, we're talking about that one idea, and all of the content that is created, it points to one call to action. One call to action. That is the foundation of what one seed is. Now, why does one seed work? Well, it works because the focus cuts the time. It builds repetition. The repetition builds trust. And also, your one call to action, or your CTA, it drives action. So this is why it works. I've been using it consistently for quite some time now, and have really been able to maximize all of the things that I'm able to do on social media because of this one seed. So I am a living witness that it does work, and I want to share that with you all today, so that you will see that it can work for you as well. So the first thing that I want to do is go into your Chat GPT setup. One of the things that becomes very important is matching your voice. Um, when you are able to have your chat GPT set up, then that is going to allow you to really have that personalization that has actually your voice and not just the voice of AI speaking on your behalf. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share from this screen here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up my chat GPT. And my chat GPT is actually loaded because I use it for just about everything. And I also have clients that I do their social media marketing for as well. And so I have been able to be very effective with it. All right. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to get down uh, into your settings. Hold on, let me see. This that thing is in my way. Hold on. The annotate. What in the dickens? Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. All right. So over here where it says personalization, let me go back here. Hold on. My chat GPT has been going very, hold on a second. It's been going very slow, probably because I need to clear off um my I need to clear off my hard drive and get some of these images and videos off
Do
that
you
I have.
want me to have my chat GPT open too?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second, hon, and I'm
Okay,
sorry.
sure. Mm-hmm.
So I can be where you are.
Okay. Yep. You definitely want to have it up so that you can follow right along.
Because I've had this computer for years, this MacBook Pro, and I still can't get it to work right.
Oh no.
No, it's just I'm trying to learn, different things about it because it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
MacBooks are different.
just log into Chat GPT. There's one that I have, it just never saves it the right way.
There we go.
Just to log in. Okay, there we go. Google. Login
And
assist.
yes, Lamisha, I will go over best practice for using ChatGPT when you are doing it for clients.
Okay, I think I'm almost in there, guys.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay,
All
I'm ready.
right. Okay. So let me go back and share my screen.
Okay, there it is.
Okay. So when you go into ChatGPT, down at the bottom there, there is I don't know what this little annotate thing is, but it's looking away. That's where you can click in down here where your settings are. And what you want to do is you want to start off with go into settings. And then you want to go over to that data controls. One of the first things that you want to do where it says to improve the model for everyone, you want to turn that off. The only time that you will turn this on is when you are actually training your chat GPT. Okay. You can turn it on for that, but otherwise, once you're done training your chat GPT, you want to turn the model off. Okay. Um, let's see here. When it comes to, I don't have any archive chats, but you can like archive chats, you can export your data and all of that. So that is under data controls. If you go over to security, set up your multi-factor authentication. You definitely want to have that on. Okay. Um, and especially if you are going to be connecting um, other apps, you
Hmm.
definitely want to have multi-factor authentication on.
Okay, so hold on. So settings, data controls, improve the model for everyone. Turn that off.
Yes, you'll turn that off.
Am I gonna get a copy of this recording?
Um, we will put it in the computer in the community that we are building out.
Okay.
Um,
No, I
yeah,
just asked because then I don't have to waste time taking the
yeah.
notes right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't waste you guys' time. That's all.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Let's see here. What else do I want to go over? So
Okay,
let's
so
go. Hmm.
I'm sorry, one question. So after improve the model for everyone, then there was another section you said to go to. You said to go to
Security.
secure. Okay.
Yep. And turn on multi-factor authentication.
Okay, I'm there. Thank you.
Okay. Hmm. So you want to go to personalization. You want to turn that on because you want to customize how ChatGPT responds to you. So you turn that on as long as you are training your ChatGPT. Once you are done training it, this one here, you can leave it on. I
Okay.
leave mine on. I don't turn my personalization off because that's what I want it to pull from what I give it. You can have a ChatGPT personality. You can have it to mine is just set for default where it's cheerful and adaptive, but you can go in if you want it to be more critical and sarcastic, if you want it to be robot, or more of a listener, or more of a nerd. That just is dependent upon what you desire to come through as you are using your chat GPT. Now, where it says custom instructions, this is where you want to take a piece of writing, something that you have written, and you want to upload that, and you upload it because that is going to begin to train ChatGPT on your voice, your writing style, your flow. You can also just type it in here and have your custom instructions. So I do have mine in here, my custom instructions. It should use clear, simple language, be Spartan and informative, use short, impactful sentences. So, however you're right, but it's easier if you go ahead and just put your um, some samples of your writing into your custom instructions. Okay.
Yes.
Now you can also put how do you want it? What do you want it to call you? So I have my name in here. You can put your occupation. You can put more about you because it's going to use that information to customize your voice. When it comes to memory, my memory is full, so it's not saving anything. When it comes to referencing saved memories, you can let Chat GPT. If you are doing work for clients, generally I will. Let's see here. I turn mine. I turn mine off. Well, my thing is full anyways. I turn mine off because I don't
Okay.
want it mixing my voice with my client's voice. And what I do is, and I will show you this as well, of how I separate my work from my client's work. And this is something that came, I don't know how long projects have been out, maybe this year, earlier this year. But that was like a lifesaver because before I would just have to kind of go in and scroll, like everything, all of the chats were all together. But we'll talk more about that. I think that is, oh, down here where it says advanced, you can let Chat GPT automatically search the web for answers. You can do selected for coding, for Canvas, and for advanced voice. I just have mine on just because sometimes I talk my instructions or whatever instead of actually typing it out. Okay. So that's down in advanced. Um, Over here where it has apps and connectors, you can enable it to connect to, if you want to use um, uh, agents, the agents function, then that's where you are typing in a specific where you're typing in a specific, say, if I wanted and I have a couple of these set up, if I wanted to get, say, like information on holistic wellness, then I can
Hmm.
set up a task and it will automatically at a certain time that I set that time for, it's going to automatically pull information for me, and I can use that in order to do posting. So I do have my chat, my Dropbox, my Google Calendar, and my Google Drive enabled as a connector. I did have Canva, but it wasn't always working correctly, so I just stopped using it. I don't use it, but you can look and see what apps are available, and you can actually connect them and you can use them inside of ChatGPT. All right. So when I was talking about um, different functions for agent mode, I think that if you have the pro account, it gives you so many that you can use for the month. So with agent mode, if I was to click this and put this in agent mode, you see where it has up here the web, it has my Google Calendar. So it has those things that I have connected to my Chat GPT. Now, say I want to, um, I can say, hey, Chatty, um, pull, I'll just use what I did before, holistic wellness um, information for a weekly newsletter. Holistic wellness, let's see, for um, let's say diabetes information for a weekly newsletter. So if I do that, and I think that I'm in the right one. And so ChatGPT is kind of doing what it does. And so it says, got it. I put in there, send it to me every Tuesday at 10 a.m. It says to make sure I understand your request, you'd like holistic wellness newsletter for diabetes to be sent every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Could you let me know what method of service you like to use for this? So because I don't have my Gmail connected, but I have my calendar, I have my Dropbox. I could say send it to Dropbox. Then what it's going to do is it won't show up here in your chat GPT, it'll be in your email. And
Okay.
I already have a couple of things that I've already have scheduled that come to me every week, and it just comes to my email, and that's that's how one way to use agent mode. But you have to make sure that you select it down here. So it's going through um, all of the things. I haven't actually connected my Dropbox. I don't think that I did. Um, but you would just pretty much just log in. See where it says take over. So now I would just click take over, and then it's going to take me to my login page. And then that's where I would actually log into my Dropbox. And then it would have the information in order where to send it to, the specific folder to send it to, so on and so forth. Okay. So this is one way that you can use ChatGPT that is outside of just the regular stuff that most people will do.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think I pretty much kind of went over. Um, Let me show you. Let's see here. Open the sidebar.
I have a quick question for you, Shelby.
Yes. Uh-huh.
On my chat GPT, and I was following along with what you were doing, but on mine, it has me stuck. Give me a second, because my computer's acting real weird. Okay, there we go. It has me stuck at the page where, we did the turn on multi-factor authentication,
Mm-hmm.
not letting me authenticate.
Probably because you haven't logged out yet. So normally when you log out and you log
Okay.
back in, that's when that'll come up. So when you go to put in your password, it's going to ask you
Okay.
to go, or before you put in your password, it's going to ask you to go to whatever app that you use for that to enter that in
I
there.
see. So I had to like close the browser and then okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hmm. Okay.
That makes sense.
So um over here to the side, you're going to have what they call projects. And again, projects for me have been a lifesaver, a game changer, because now I'm not having to scroll through all of the different chats just to find, things that I've been working on. So now everything that I do now is in a project. In that project, and I'm just going to click on a new project. You're going to give it a project name. I'm just going to use test for this. You can put down if it what it's for. You don't necessarily have to do that there, but you just give it a name and then you click project, create project. And let's see if it's gonna let me do it. So now I click on it. When you have a project that you're working on, what in the world? My computer is doing some crazy stuff. Go back. There we go. You can add files to a project.
Yes.
Um, you can give it instructions. I like to give it instructions. So if it's something specific that I'm working on, I'm going to give it instructions. When I'm working with a client, one of the things that I do is I always do their brand voice. And I set up their project so that as I'm working on it, it's going to have their information in it. It's going to have their brand voice, it's going to have their logo, it's going to have their brand colors, all of those things. Anything that makes it custom to that client, I put it inside a project, and ChatGPT will pull specifically from that project. Again, you can add files in here. You can add documents, um, just whatever it may be that is going to make it more efficient for you working on whatever you're working on, all of that information stays within that project. Okay. So that is something I strongly encourage, especially if you're working on different projects. If you're working with different clients, I put everybody into a project now. And now I just go to that particular project and I'm able to work inside of it and not worry about it pulling from my voice or someone else's voice, something else that I've been working on. One of the other things that you can do is that you can dictate when you allow your microphone, you can dictate, and I could say, hey, Chatty, um, where can I put the instructions for this project? You can stop it, and it has dictated. Then you can press the button, and now it's going to give you a response. I'll show us one more thing and there'll be something else. So now this gives you the working instructions for how you actually set up a project. And you can always come back and you can update it as needed. So you can either type or you can dictate. Now, the other thing that I want to show you is you can use voice mode. With voice mode, I've already got mine trained. Let me see. I think that this is there. There we
So
go.
why do you say hey chatty?
That's my way of talking and communicating to ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. So I could create something different. It doesn't have to be hey chatty.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
I was because I'm like, oh,
Mhm. Yeah. So you can select your voice here. He's actually listening. I can have a conversation with him. I can say, hey, and I forget, what did I name you?
Yeah, you can definitely call me whenever you like.
mm-mm.
Waiting for it to get my attention, so feel free to be creative.
All right. Well, hey, Chatty. I am doing a training class and I was explaining to them about how to set up a project. Is there anything else that you could add to this conversation for instructions?
Absolutely. One nice thing you can add is that you can always keep a kind of living instruction.
All right. That sounds great. Thank you so much for your assistance.
You're absolutely welcome. Anytime.
So how did you get that to show
Okay.
up?
Thank you. So down at the bottom, so here you have the microphone where it says dictate. You see down in the chat, it says
Uh,
dictate, and then next to it, it says use voice mode.
dictate use was okay. See, mine's slightly different. Because see, my
Oh, do
back
you have the
is white.
paid? Do you have paid ChatGPT?
No,
Okay, so that
I
may
didn't.
be the
Yeah, that's
difference
probably
because,
why. Okay.
yeah, so there are some things that I may show that is for the
I
pro
got
account.
you. And I don't have a problem paying for it if I know it's going to be of good use. So
Oh,
I just didn't know.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Feels like
It's a
having Candy Pro.
yeah,
So,
it's a great investment using that.
okay.
Um let's see here. Anything else that I wanted to share? I think that that's pretty much it for just making sure that your chat GPT is set up to your voice, knowing some of the tools. Again, they are always updating. They're always updating. That's why it's good to be in communities where they are staying on top of all of the updates that are coming through the different platforms as
Okay.
well. All right, so let me get back. The other thing is your chat GPT is only going to be as effective and as good as your prompts. And so if you give it basic prompts, you're going to get basic information. Um, so prompting is the key. Prompting is the key. Um,
Oh,
as it relates to your question, not question, but your comment, um, Lamisha, about best practices when working in ChatGPT for clients. Again, the number one is letting your clients know that you do use AI for their content. Um, how I do my clients is I always get approval. I work with them on a monthly basis. And so whatever their topic is for the month or however they want to do it, generally that's how we do, or we may check in once a week so that I know how to do their content for the upcoming week. Um, but having don't yeah, making sure that you let them know that you are using AI, I think becomes very, very major. Sometimes you have to get the flow, the personality of your client that you are working with. That becomes important as well when we're talking about matching your voice. Um, so yeah, I hope that answers your question, or um, does that answer that?
Yes, that does
Okay,
answer that. Thank you.
okay, you're welcome. As far as speed up the drafting, we see the power of how quick things can be drafted up. One of the things that I do is I don't just copy and paste from ChatGPT. I actually use Grammarly and I put it through, it kind of runs it through their AI authenticator. And I do my editing in Grammarly, and then I do my posting. Um, one of the things that ChatGPT does, and probably all of them, is they will put in secret codes, secret coding. And sometimes if you've ever, and it's not like that all the time, but sometimes if you go to copy and paste something and you see different, like, how did that get there? That's because it's letting you know that that was written by AI and it wasn't edited. So those things you want to always be aware of. Now, the big thing that's out there is people talk about the M dashes. Um, and I had to chuckle. I said, well, ChatGPT and AI did not create M dashes. There are some of us who have been using it for all of our lives. And so oftentimes people will say, oh, well, oh, that's a sign that it was written by ChatGPT. Not necessarily. For some of us, that is just our natural writing pattern. That's how we write. But I will say is that um, if you put it in the custom instructions, no M dashes, it should not have as many M dashes in there. That's what I'll say. Okay. Now the goal for ChatGPT is for us to produce usable outputs. And when we talk about usable outputs, we're talking about outputs that is going to match your voice, outputs that is going to get the results that you are looking for, especially for those that are using it for business. Um, that's what the goal is, to polish up oftentimes what we are putting out. Okay. So, again, these are some things that we should know when we talk about using the custom instructions. And I probably should have had this up, but, anyways, um, what is your business? What is your one line offer? What are the constraints? Even when you are prompting ChatGPT, you can tell it no emojis, no hashtags unless asked, no semicolons, no M dashes. You can give it the role. How do you want ChatGPT? Act like a social media strategist, or act like a coach. Act like you want to be very, very detailed. You want to give it a goal. I want to scale to 20K per month with AI workflows. Even your time zone. What is the time zone in which you are writing in? What is your audience? Who are you writing for? What is the voice? Is it clear, simple, short sentences? Writing in the active voice is very important. I always have to go back and tell ChatGPT to please write this in the active voice. Don't write it in passive. And then having what is your call to action for what you are putting? And you could put all of this in the custom instructions or in your project that you are working on. You can put it in there as well. So we talked about setting up the security. We talked about the data privacy and the reason why we turn off improve the model for everyone, because this prevents your content from being used to train the AI. The only time that you want to have that on is when you are training your voice. Once you have trained your voice and trained your ChatGPT, then you want to turn it off. Again, we talked about the personalizations, your writing style, your tone. You can even give it a bio of yourself. What are some key phrases? What is your communication style? Like me, she like to say, "Hey y'all, hey." You know that you can train ChatGPT to respond just like that, and we're not going to think that is ChatGPT because we know that that's how you usually greet, right? So, what are those things that people will say? Hey, I know that this is her voice. So some additional settings, you can turn on the memory feature. You can choose the voice in the general section that you prefer. When I showed you the voice mode, you can actually select. There are different voices that you can select there. When you are setting up your custom instructions, you want to describe yourself in the first person. And then include, again, all of the things that I've already showed you, your occupation, your achievements, your communication preferences. All of these things are going to personalize your ChatGPT. Now, in part 2, in the custom instructions, how should ChatGPT respond? We talked about this. I showed you the bullet points. Do you want short paragraphs? Is it asking one question if the input is missing? Do you always want to end the copy with one clear call to action? Do you want to focus on the steps and the actions? Have it to avoid the filler words. Suggest a next action when useful. Sometimes ChatGPT, if you don't have it trained like this, it'll keep going on and on and on and on, asking you a whole bunch of questions. Now, for me, I don't mind it. For some people, it may become too much for you to have to go back through and to filter through. So again, you're going to train it to how you want it to be.
Yeah, that happened to me because it asked me if I wanted to make a PDF. Then it said, do I want to break it down into slides? And then it just kept going and going and going. And I'm like, well, let me see how far this thing will go. Let me test ChatGPT. So that was
Yes,
my first experience. But I get what you're saying though, because then I was
yes.
like, oh yeah, though this. I'm like, okay, just stop, because
Right,
this is too
yes.
much. I'm like,
Yep,
I got what I need, but this is cool,
yes.
but I got what I need.
So you can set that up in the custom instructions. so that it won't do that. Let it be prompted by you. Like I said, sometimes I find it helpful because there may be something that I didn't think about, but other times it's like, okay, I'm done with that. There's nothing else to be said here. Okay. So what else here? All right. So any questions on setting up your chat GPT?
Can you restate the some of the common customizations you were talking about? You were saying like some good custom instructions that people might use. I got greeting, but like you were saying
Oh,
very good ones like
so
write an active
well,
voice, one clear CTA, like what else?
so it's going to actually be here. So you could tell it you are my AI workflow assistant for STS AI Academy. So this would kind of be like your starter system message. I want you to use bullet points for the steps. No semicolons, no M dashes. I want you to end the copy with one call to action. Use clear, short sentences. No emojis, no hashtags unless asked. If a key endpoint is missing, you can ask one question, not 10, and then prioritize outputs that I can publish today. Okay, so these are some of the starter messages that you can have in your instructions. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, I think it was really well explained. And
Okay.
most for me, it's just me being a visual learner. So just getting in there and playing around with it. And
Yes.
then, of course, like you were saying, you can always go and undo some of the stuff too. So it's not like once you set it, it's written in stone. So I just have to play
Mm-hmm.
around with it and see what works best for me and for my needs. But at least I
Absolutely.
know how to do it now and how to generalistically like get in there. And oh, I know what to do in settings now. I know what each of those
Mm-hmm.
things are for. So I'm not just all over the place.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to find that you're going to have better output. So the more customized that you do, customization that you do, the better outputs that you are going to have. And it's going to sound like you as well.
It's going to be more defined, but then also it'll be like a branding of like Aziza. Who is
Yes.
Aziza? And then they'll
Yes,
get to
absolutely.
know me. So it's not like I'm this person that'll get on like a Facebook Live video. And then when I go to post something, like you said, for example, Misha, hey girl, hey. But then it's
Mm-hmm.
like he gets on ChatGPT and it creates something. Then they're like, wait, but this don't sound like Misha though. So
Mm-hmm.
what's up?
Mm-hmm. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. So there is a difference. All right. So are we ready to build our one seed brief? Right. So this is going to be kind of the flow. So I want you to get one problem or idea. One problem or idea. And then who needs this now? And then what offer do you want booked or bought? Let's just start with those three right now. And um, you can do those right with me. Let me see if I can yeah. So I think that I'll be able to move these screens over.
And this is a separate question, but do you know how much the Chat GPT Pro is?
How much ChatGPT what is?
Chat GPT Pro.
Oh, it's $20 a month.
Okay, that's not bad.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Something that
Hmm.
early.
Yeah, it's $20 a month.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna go. Let me see. There was something else that I wanted to share. Let me see if I can. Let me stop this and let me just do screen share. Um, I'm see if it's gonna let me do the whole. It may not let me do that just because one is PowerPoint. I mean Adobe. Well, let's just go back here. I'll just go back and forth between the two. All right, so one of the things, and I lost it just that quick, what I was gonna share. Oh my goodness. Hmm. There was something that I was going to show you back in ChatGPT, and I lost it just that quick. Oh gosh. Well, maybe it'll come to me. Um, maybe it'll come back to me. All right. So what's one problem or idea that you can think of? So seeing that I was talking about diabetes in the other chat. So one problem or idea, let's see, a I want an interactive resource for diabetic um, education. I don't know, just something. Oh, I forgot to go through the whole process. Hold on, let me see if I can edit it. So I want an interactive resource for diabetic education. This will be for families, diabetics. E-R-A-P-E-T-I-C-X. And my offer will be, let's see, a monthly. Oh, this is a good one. A monthly subscription to the Wellness Coach GPT. There we go. All right. I had to update that. Huh? No, she left.
Where did she go?
She went to Helen's thing.
Who?
Helen.
Who was that?
One of the ladies that came over.
Cat baby.
Yeah. Okay. So because now let me tell y'all how Chat GPT will pull from your information. Because I did not put this in a even though it's in a project, and because I've been working on coding, it automatically assumed that I wanted this in a code. So when it's done doing what it's doing, I'm going to say, hey, Chatty, I did not want this in a code. Oh, but wait a minute. Did I say interactive? I did say interactive, didn't I? I did. I sure did. So that's
Yeah,
my
you
bad.
did.
Okay. Well, it did listen. All right. So what it did was it built an interactive prototype for the Wellness Coach GPT Family Diabetes Hub. And it includes guided lessons, a quiz, starter checklist with progress, a meal and movement planner, printable tools, and a subscription card. Want me to tailor the content for type 1 versus type 2, add Spanish, or wire up PDFs for the downloads next? So you see how specific, this is just one seed. Out of this one seed, it has already given a whole bunch of other stuff. It has given guided lessons, a quiz, starter checklist with progress, meal and movement planner, printable tools, subscription card. Then it comes back and it says type 1 or type 2. Let's do type 2. See, type 2 with PDFs. Now, I probably should have just done maybe social media posts or whatever. But anyways, I'll be able to show us something else with this. And some of this is pulling because it is in my instructions as well. Our main instructions for ChatGPT. Now I can stop it right here and I can say, when it's done, I can say, give me the promise of this product, proof, a strong call to action, list 3 platforms, say 3 platforms, that I can market, avoid words that guarantee healing, diagnosis. Those are the 2 that I can think of.
Or make medical claims.
Yeah. And the constraints, let's see, keep it short and punchy. Now let's see what it's going to do. So you see how detailed and specific we keep it. So now it's going to give me, okay, this is the promise, a clear friendly guidance to help you support a loved one with type 2 diabetes, organized lessons, simple planners, and confidence building tips you can use today. The proof, of course, is what it's building out. The call to action is to join the Wellness Coach GPT. Monthly subscription, you can cancel anytime. You can start building your family's plan today. 3 marketing platforms, Facebook groups, where you can reach caregiving and wellness communities, Instagram Reels for short tips, planner demos, and quiz snippets, and YouTube Shorts for 1-minute how-tos and printable walkthroughs. So now I can say, give me 1 week content. And it's doing what it do. So now it's giving me a 7-day content plan for the Wellness Coach GPT, type 2 education only, short copies, hooks, call to actions, and asset ideas, no medical claims. So now here we have day 1, launch is the promise, IG Reels or YouTube Shorts. So families ask for a simple type 2 diabetes help. We built it. 3 things inside: quick lessons, printable planners, weekly nudges, 1 in, call to action, join the Wellness Coach GPT, cancel anytime. So it's already here. It tells you exactly where to post. Now, I probably could have also include it with the channels, to have it include the times, because there's different times that you post on the different platforms, right? So those are the things that you can literally do from one problem or one idea. We hear day 2, it gives the planner spotlight. Day 3, monitoring basics, which would be an education post. Day 4, family roles. Day 5, movement or micro habit. Day 6, a safety snapshot. And day 7, social proof and invite. It tells you where to post them, what the dimensions should be, how to post in Facebook groups. Use conversation starter post with a question and the call to action. Okay. So, do we see how important and how easy it is to begin to use this to build out our content for social media?
Yes, it's very useful. And I think it's going to be a great game changer. I had text Lamisha last week. I think it was on Friday or Thursday, just saying that this is going to be something huge that's really going to help scale not just my only business, but a lot of people's, because I was just saying the amount of work that I've had to do. And then for myself, because I have ADHD
Mm-hmm.
and ADD, I get sidetracked. So I'll be doing
Mm-hmm.
something and I'll spend like 2 hours on that one thing trying to perfect it. Then I'll
Mm-hmm.
send Lanisha a copy of it for like a proof edit. And then I'll be like, shoot, I gotta change something. Because I'll
Mm-hmm.
see like a typo or something. Then I go back, it'll take me another 30 minutes just to change that one thing to make sure the sizing's right, make sure it's placed right, all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So it's just so much that goes into it. Or then my husband will be like, Love, I thought you was working on your business stuff. Yeah, I know. I just
Mm-hmm.
started scrolling. I'm gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this will take a lot of that legwork out, and I can just be more intentional and more focus driven.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in here, it also gives you, I put in here what the outputs to generate. So you can even get specific for IG, 120 to 150 words, Facebook, LinkedIn, for email, even for a short video script, so that those things of how you actually build your outputs out as well. So now you can use this prompt here and literally paste it in. So if I was to
Oh,
take this,
can you go back one for me, please?
yes,
The other slide, sorry.
no, you're fine.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just
All
wanted to make
right.
sure I'm seeing it correctly. I got it.
So you can take this script that is right here. Let me see if I can copy it. I'm going to actually put this in the chat so that you can grab it. You can use this as a prompt. You can edit it
Okay.
um, as you need to,
Got it.
but you can use that. I could have just pasted that in there with um, my one seed. So when you go through the one seed process, and you get that one line, then
Mm,
you can just prompt and paste that right into ChatGPT, and it will go through that.
okay.
Okay. Then once you generate the content, then you want to do an edit pass. So did it lead with the benefit? Is there one problem and one promise? Did it use the short words and short sentences? Did it use bullets when possible? Is there one call to action? And does it match the platform tone? Right. And if it doesn't, then that's when you go back and say, hey, Chatty, this is not what I asked for. And sometimes you will go back and forth with ChatGPT. You'll go back and forth with these AI models to get them back into what we said, what you requested. Okay. Now, once you have your content, then now you can package and you can publish it. So you can turn, this is where you do your scripts into a story. You can edit, basically do your edit for your email. You can post your 3 captions with a matching image or clip. You can post, add the financing line. When it fits. And you can post a follow-up comment with the next step. You always want to give them what is the next step? Where do they go from here? That's why the call to action is so very important. Now, what are your metrics for the week? You want to post, how many posts are you doing per channel? How many replies and clicks did you get? How many calls were booked or seats saved if you're doing a class? How much time did you spend to actually produce? And this right here, that was no less than like 10 minutes, maybe 15. I'd say about 10 minutes for what we were able to produce.
So, quick question for you. So, when
Uh-huh.
I asked on Friday, I believe it was about the DFY, I think it
Mm-hmm.
was.
Mm-hmm.
Is that consistent of this, wherein you will do, or whomever it is that's doing it will do this for me?
With the yes, the done for you.
Yes.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, as far as like setting up like your templates for you to use, it
Yes, that's what I
definitely be
meant.
yes. Yes.
Okay, cool, cool.
Yes.
That's
There
what I
will be
wanted.
templates set up for you to use. But would we
Okay.
be doing like all of the posting and stuff like that? No.
No, no, no. I didn't expect
Yeah.
that. I just meant like the
Yes.
legwork for like setting everything up so that way
Yeah.
then all I have to go in and just go and just
Yeah.
start like putting in what I want content wise, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yep. Then you get to the win condition. Your win condition is when you have your assets published from your one seed. You know that it's a win. First of all, when you've published it, and second of all, when you get a booked call or you get a paid step, whatever it may be, that's how you know that you are winning. That's how you can measure the effectiveness of what you are doing. Okay. So I have this on here, homework for next week, but I want you, so yeah, you do have homework, is to list 3 new seeds from calls or think about the frequently asked questions. What are the 3 most frequently asked questions that people ask you? And use that to create your seed. And then once you create those 3 new seeds, then save the best copy to a swipe file. And a swipe file is just like saving it to like a Google Doc so that you have easy access to it. And because if it's successful, if it's something that is working for you, then you want to go back and reference that and just rinse and repeat. You're doing the same thing. And then note one insight about audience words. So, what are some of the words that people were commenting on the post? People may have shared the post. What insights do you get from that? What are some of those words? Because then those words you want to incorporate into your creating, your assets that you are creating. All right. So with the on-screen prompts, you can voice test prompts just like how I used the voice or the dictate. You can offer a map prompt, and then you can do your FAQ to your content prompt as well. So these are things that you can copy. Again, it's rinse and repeat. You don't have to worry about starting over from the very beginning all the time. Once you got, I have swipe files for all of the things that I do. And I make sure that ChatGPT stays within the confines of what I said, that this is what I want posted. Now, sometimes if your memory fills up in the chat and it says that I can't, create, any more content in this chat, that's why it's important to have that swipe file, because sometimes if you go into a new chat, it'll try to shift some things on you. But as long as you have that swipe file, you can go ahead and pop that into the new chat. And sometimes I'll just tell it, if I have a new idea, I'll say, hey, give me a prompt to carry over into a new chat, because I'm going to move over to the other chat for this idea. But you still need all of the basic information, that seed that was put in there. You could do that as well. Okay. Now, we talked about this a little bit, having quality guardrails. So you don't want to have claims that you know that you cannot prove. You don't want to have jargon that people have to look up as well. You want to make sure that you have one call to action per asset, and use US spelling and the time zone. That's something we don't too much. I've never really focused too much on the time zone, but it really does make a difference. If you have people that you are working with that could be globally, right? Or if you're posting and you have people that are in, different time zones, maybe in other countries or whatever. So just being mindful of that as well. Those are guardrails. All right. So just to recap, our steps and what we talked about today is the importance of training your ChatGPT, and making sure that you set up your instructions to go ahead and to brand your voice. Play around with some of the controls that are in ChatGPT. Find what is going to work, for you. That is the most important thing. I have shared the prompt for the 1C generator. And basically just making sure that you are staying connected to what we are doing. I have been consistently since, I want to say, June, just immersing myself in AI training and seeing, the new things that are out there, things that I can make and have better workflows, automation, and different things of that nature. And for me, it's been a game changer for me. And so I'm excited to just to share what I know, because sometimes we can think that people know and they really don't know. And so we can't make the assumptions that people know. And especially for people, for us as the people of God, the body of Christ, like there is this huge fear of AI, but we have to use it in order so that there is a presence of integrity that is on the learning models. But it's not going anywhere. And truth be told, AI has been around for a long time. It's just now being made available to us. the public. And so we want to use it to maximize and to make us more efficient. It is not a replacement for Holy Spirit. It's not going to um take away your cognitive abilities or anything like that. And the only way that it would do that is if you are not using it wisely. If you're using it for everything and you're not thinking, then that's liable to happen. But if you are using it to sharpen what you are doing, there's nothing wrong with that. So, any
Right.
comments or questions?
Um, no, I think I'm good to go. And then the one seed um that you gave,
Mm-hmm.
1 second, is that the one that you put in the chat?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So I have that. All right, cool.
Yep.
I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make sure that was it. All
Yep.
right, I think I'm
That's
good to
it.
go. Like I said, it's just me playing around with it and just getting familiar
Mhm.
with it at this point. So, but I'm
Yeah.
thankful for this text. I told a friend at work, Lamisha's met her before, over the phone. It's my cousin, Shamaria Reed. I said, you would really benefit from AI
Mm-hmm.
because she's doing everything under the sun. She does clothes, logos, graphic design. She does music. She currently has a music video she just put out. She's doing a lot. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's doing Academy for the youth. Then she also does lit for just grown adults. They can come out and perform different things like that. She hosts different events. But I'm like, man, all these hats
Wow.
that you're wearing. And then she's a school teacher, Miss Reed, their
Wow.
favorite teacher, right? So
Okay.
the thing is, I went into a room the other day in the classroom. She's like, and I saw her little printouts for her shirts. I said, and you know it, that's about to go on a shirt, right? And she said, you know it. But the thing is, I'm like, man, if you had AI doing all this stuff for you, and I asked her, I said, do you have automated emails that go out to your customers, Shay? And she was like, no, but I should. I'm like, yeah, you should. You need to be on this call Thursday at 8:30 because I'm telling
Yes.
you, if you're not busy, it will bless you because what it'll do is streamline your business so it could be
Mm-hmm.
more effective so you're not wearing all these hats. Because then in the middle of her doing all this stuff, I'm trying to slide in there. Can you do my logo? I love you,
Right.
cousin. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I got you, cuzzo, but then it'll take her time, and I get it. I definitely understand. So I'm a patient person, but then I get frustrated, like, man, I'm trying to get my stuff to go, and it's not going. What's up,
Mm-hmm.
Lord? It's not going. I get it
Yeah.
though. But it also takes a lot of work on my behalf. So I take accountability for some of that too, because I know Lamisha's worked with me for the past like maybe 2.5 years. And now it's like, man, did I do everything to a T that Lamisha said? Probably not. Because I dropped the ball
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in there myself. But this time I'm
Okay.
really truly trying to hold myself accountable. Like I said, a lot of it has been finance, but aside from the
Mhm.
finance, there are other things that I can still put in place so that it can
Absolutely.
still run a little bit more effectively. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And this is just the beginning. We've got some other things that's coming down the pipeline, but right now, I'm sharing what I've learned and
Okay, cool.
what I'm actually using. And
Yeah.
and so that's what he's called me to do. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, it
Mhm.
sounds good. And I wish you best with it with other people coming aboard too. So,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right,
all
Miss,
right.
you got anything?
This was awesome. Great, great, great uh information. I took copious notes and I'm just looking forward to the next and inviting some more.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm here for it all. I'm here for it all. Like I said, I've got some other things that I'm working on, some other things that are going to be coming. So people want to definitely be plugged in because it only gets better. It only gets better. And if you have specific topics that you would like for us to talk about, then just you can let us know that as well.
Okay. And I
Okay.
know I definitely, for me, I'll probably do the DFY done for you.
Hmm.
That's just what I'm just one of those people. And if I have a
Yeah.
template or something to go off of, because that's just my learning style too, then it makes it easier for me. And then I can
Hmm.
just run with it. So I know
Hmm.
exactly what to do, exactly how things are formatted, and then I can just kind of run with that. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we're ready when you're ready.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, well, that is our class for today. Thank you so much for your time. And we will be back here on Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.